Hello and welcome to Stampin' and Crafting with Cheryl Diana. I'm Cheryl Diana and today we are going to be looking at the Artisan Sketched Gardens Designer Series paper like we did last week. So today I'm going to show you different ways of how you're coloured in black and white and papers. You can turn them into cards. So let's have a look at how I'm going to do it. So I have roughly cut out these vases that form a sheet of, of designer series paper, and I'm going to colour them in. So this is the card we did last week, Flipso Coral, where we used the papers that got this on it, also with that one, and that was made with blends, and that was with our watercolour pencils. Today I'm going to be using Highland Heather, possibly basic black or smoky slate. So I want to do a card because I've already embossed my Highland Heather cardstock. I used one of the dies from the, where have I lost? I tidied them up. Oh, I knew I had them handy. Oh well, I'll turn up. It was a pack of 3 and it's retired, but they do this lovely etched pattern on it, which you might be able to see. But I can never work out which is the correct side because I quite like that one. So what do you think? Which side you think is the correct one? So that's for my matte layer. And then I want to have one of these tall vases in the middle with a smaller one either side. So I'm thinking that one and that one. Okay, so pop those out the way. So let's colour these flowers in. So I'm going to use Highland Heather Dark because my last one was run out. So I had to order another one. I'm just going to go around the middles of those ones. And that one. That one there. And then we're going to colour these in. So I have been trying to tidy up all my piles of Stampin' Up stuff because it had gone round the house. So I now got a load of stamp sets and that, which I've got to pop onto my website so you can purchase them. And let's do the flower here. Has that got a flower? No, it's just leaves. And let's use dark one on here. So I've got little spotty bits, so I'm just going to go over them with the dark one, just so the colour just comes outside of it. There we go. You see, we just lightly coloured that in. And then we're going to do the same with these ones in the middle. And that one there, and that one there. That's it. So this is quick. This is colouring quickly, but you can build it up in layers if you want. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. That's that for that one. There we go. Just a bit more on that one. Now, because I want to do my cards black and white with a hint of colour, I'm going to use, let's just see what smoky slate looks like on a piece of cardstock or the paper. I'm just going to try it down here because we'll cut it out. I think that we could use for some shadowing. There we go. So we'll do it from the same side. And then do some for this one. And it's a glass vase. Okay. And then I think for the leaves, we will go for, let's do smoky slate light, just to be different. So as I said, each week I do a monochromatic Insta-hop to try and step outside my fear of monochromatic cards. And I'm finding it a bit easier. I need a bit more down there, I can see. Let's just carry on with these though. And some of the colours aren't my favourite ones, but it does make you think. It does. So have you done any monochromatic cards? If so, I'd love to see them on my Facebook page. So let's just pop these like so. There we go. Now the fun part. Fussy cutting them out. So I'll do this quite quickly. So I think the last time we had, the last black and white papers I got, I don't think we had blends. Or if we did, I didn't have them. Because I preferred watercolour and ink, but having used blends, it's like they offer so much scope. And my colouring's really bad on these. I've just noticed while I'm cutting them out. So I might just touch them up a little bit. Now, unfortunately, there's no dies with these, but that's fine because they're papers. There's no matching stamp set for your sentiments. So you can use whatever sentiments you want, which is nice. So I'm just doing these. And these snips are really good. I must say, I haven't tried their new ones, but the company that manufactured these went out of business, and it was like a mad rush to get hold of these scissors because they supplied a lot of different companies. Even Amazon ran out. There we go, there's the first one. It looks quite pretty, so let's just finish my colouring in because I see I've got lots of white there. It's because I'm doing it further away than what I normally do. So there's our first one. It's quite pretty like that. This one's going to be a fun one to cut out. Okay, so cut it again. So in the village they're still harvesting, which is really good. We haven't had any rain, which is not good, as our fire engines have been out at least twice a day this last week because of all of the field fires on top of the normal stuff they do. And the one fire that I thought would be really bad, that was near Thetford, where they have all of the pine trees, because it's very sandy and fires can burn underground. So it's always one that we are more worried about. But thankfully, we haven't had any here. But I know other countries, they have. So I don't know what we're going to do if this becomes the norm, these high temperatures. So today it is 26 in my craft room and it's 28 outside. So just need a little bit on that one we said, wasn't it? Just there. There we go. So this is actually quite quick. Now, do you like fussy cutting or would you prefer dies or punches? That's the question. So, but the thing is, you don't have to cut it very neatly. You don't have to cut around every leaf. You just do a little curvy bit. Like this bit, I'm just going to do one whole curve because that's what I need. Oops, that's a bit close there. Because nobody's going to look at how neat your edges are. And as I always say, handmade card is never perfect. If people wanted a perfect card, they'd go to your local supermarket and buy one there. But because you're making a handmade one, each one's going to be different. This is a lot of fussy cutting now. Nearly there. There we go, around there. So what Stampin' Up news have we got? I don't think there's anything new coming out. Not until September. Just heard there's some exciting. There's going to be. I think there's there's online exclusives, and of course we're going to have a new catalogue. And there's going to be a paper sale as well, which will include two-tone. There we go. That looks quite pretty like that, doesn't it? The view. Busy those bits. So, and then we had thicker ribbon last year, but I'm wondering if we could put that there. Or do we put a piece of black? Let's put the ribbon there. In fact, I'm actually going to trim that down a bit more because I want it under the ribbon. so I don't want to stick it over. That's better. Doesn't look as if I've made a mistake. Let's just cut this one a little bit nearer. There, that's better. There we go. So we can put that up there. That one's a sentiment. So I have chosen banner sayings because it comes with a punch and it's and they're really small ones. So what I do with my stamps as I get them now is I get a permanent pen, and then I draw around each stamp so I know roughly where it goes. So we're going to have, I think we're going to have Happy Birthday. This one. I did get a block out. Okay, pop that on there. This one probably needs a wipe on the other side because I use it a lot. Now, is that going to fit on that very thin strip? Yes, but do I want it on a thin strip? Or do I want it on a wider strip? Does it look better like that? Probably not. So let's change from ribbon to Baker's. Oh, where did that go? Oh, there it is. Right. Some Baker's twine. We can wrap that a couple of times around it, and that will be another roll used. Just cut off that knot there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap that round there. Can wrap that a couple of times around. Yeah. Can wrap that a couple of times around. So we're going to go for the thin bit. So let's use black. I'm using Memento still. Whoops, no, I didn't get it on there because I prefer it. I do. I've got the new basic black ink, but I do struggle with it. I find it moves, and I bet I've cut this too small. Or we might get it in that one. It does help if you open it up, Cheryl. Now we'll try and get this smack in the middle. Right, that I think is near enough. Yep. So that will go there. So I'm thinking that's. I'm going to cut that bit off there. Now, do I go for this side? See how it looks. Or the other side? I think I'm going to go for this side. Yeah, I know I'm going to have them the other way around. So put that there, that one there, and that one there. Yep. And that's going to go around, and then that's going to come in there. Yep, I'm happy with that. Until I haven't stuck down my paper. Because I'm colouring, I know it will come through. So let's put some German tape on. Now I tend to keep the bits that I've got left over from the kids. Why not? Put that one there. Whoops, that wasn't good. It came off with my finger. It's probably an old kit one then. And I just do this. There we go. Nice. just have this. She'll get the right bit. There. I'm just going to make it go over. Like so. And I have done it the other side. Oh wow. Change of plan. I was going to use that side, wasn't I? But that doesn't matter. I want to move it more. I want it higher that way. Like that. So I want it to be. Like that. Okay, there we go. So then that can go there. Sits on there. And then my flowers can then sit. Do you like it like that? It's got to come down lower. I've got to put the tape lower. Okay, that's good because you haven't stuck it down yet. So let's make it lower. That's better. And that's going to go there. That one can go there. And then that one can go there. And then that can go there. There. Should we move it over a bit, see what it looks like? Then I'm thinking I want it up there. Decisions. Right. Different colourways. Different ways of putting baker's twine on. You can see that I never use it that often. Right, so let's do it down there. Right, it's a straight line. Here we go. Right, we'll do that. We're gonna stick that down on the card. Decisions. So let's just put this onto here. Put that on there. I'll put that side. Right. Let's just go with it. There we go. Let's just burnish that end. There we go. Right. So I'm thinking we're going to put that, I think if we put that there, we can have it on some minis. Where's my minis? They're my big ones. No, I've been having to tidy up. You know what it's like when you have a tidy up, you can never find anything. So let's put some minis on this one. Oops. Let's go there. But I think I'm going to stick it just above there. I'm just going to wait and see. Just that one there. That one there. And that one. I am going to put it up the top because that's grounding my vases, and then that can go at an angle. Right. Okay. So let's stick the two small ones down. I want to be able to post this out, so I don't want it too thick. So pop you there, and then we're going to pop this one pop that down there. There we go. And then this one we're going to pop up on dimensionals. I'm going to get my nails sorted out on Thursday, so they won't be quite so long. It should be really nice. So I've just got to decide what I'm going to have done on them. So that'll be interesting. Put that down there. Right, let's have some bigger ones. Now this is from the birthday fancy kit that I used the other week. All these ones are nearly used. We made 12 cards, and I've made loads of other cards since using this big sheet. There we go. And yes, I've got loads of dimensionals on it. So I'll do that one, that one, that one, oops. Okay. And as I said before, if you do struggle trying to see these, I'm lucky I've got a light that reflects it. You can always get a highlighter and just mark on the back of your, well, the top of your dimensionals, like I've got a highlighter, literally just like that. Make sure your highlighter works. This one I think has dried up. No, just a, yeah, you can just see a bit. You could use a blend. You could. Right, let's get this stuck. This one stuck down in the middle. There we go. And then this one you can quite like it. Now this is where deciding whether to have it straight or at an angle. So I'm thinking straight. Let's do it straight so it matches the line there. There we go. So there is one lovely, well, I think it's lovely birthday card. Okay, now for something totally different, I need, chuck my dimensionals up there. I need, do you know, oh, no, I cut some bits of basic white cardstock, and guess what? I can't find, there they are. So I want to do a portrait card. Should I use Baker's Twine this time? Don't want that. Right, okay, so what I've done over the years is I've made stencils. I use using acetate, and as I was tidying up, I found my heart one. Which have I got? Just try to see. I know what to put on here. So this one was cut. This was a heart, which I thought I'd lost, but then I found it. But you can make them with any punch or die. So we're going to do one on here. I want to do it. What colour shall we have? Shall we go for hydrangea hue? Hydrangea hue. Change. Okay. So hydrangea hue comes in our new ink pads. they're magnetic and they're really easy to open. So I'm literally just going to go around the outside. And I'm blending it off onto my glass mat. Just put a bit more pressure on it now. Because I like how it comes out all blotchy. There we go. And then literally just go, and it's shut. None of this trying to work out where you need to go. Let's move that out of the way. So I think I'm going to go for, let's go for this one, I think. Oops. Okay, should we go this one or some flower? That's a nice big flower one, isn't it? Oops. Yeah, so we can colour that in. Keep my in colours separate from my other blends, only because of the space. So let's do some colouring in. I can't see them very well. Let's choose a different one. So let's do tulips. No, let's do these. So let's just use some dark dots in the middle of the flowers. Then do some colour this in. Like so. I'm hoping this lightens a bit because they seem different blue to my blending, but then blending is lighter anyway. There we go. Use the grey granite again. Let's use the light one. No, let's use the dark one. That's basic black. That's my dark one. Did I do dark on the last one? I'm not sure, but we'll find out in a minute. Let's have it coming in from this way now. Do this. Here we go. A bit. There it goes. Should we see what it looks like coloured in? With the light going that way. If I don't like it, don't have to use it. I actually think you can go over it again just to blend it in. There we go. Need a bit more. Needs to be a little bit more darker that side, I think, just to distinguish them a bit more. It's blending in much better now. There we go. And then I think we will just leave the leaves how they are. As you see, it does come through. So let's just go around here. So, oops, daisies. Just cut these ones. Here we go. pay attention so don't snip off a leaf. Go around there. Oops. And then up here. This one here. Around here. Here. And we're nearly there. There we go. Put that there. So let's, I like that. It's pretty. Now let's have a sentiment. Now we could go for a bigger sentiment. Congratulations on your achievement. Yeah, could do that. I think I need to have more sentiments, I think. I think all of a flutter. Let's use the Thinking of You Today. That's a nice long one. Yes. So did I put... No, I didn't put my block away. Just lay it down on there so it goes straight. And then it's be a very simple one. Just see a little scrap it there, because it's a brand new one. There we go. And we're going to pop that there. There we go, like that. And then we're going to add this using dimensionals. Let's do some dimensional. Where's my big sheet gone? Do you know what? I've got more space and yet I'm still losing stuff. But here we go. I'm going to use bigger ones on this one, I think. Check that one's not showing through. No, I do want some little ones. Some minis. There's my mini sheet. There we go. Right. So I'm thinking we could do a variety of colours, couldn't we? So what colour shall I use next? Right, so where did I put my tweezers? There they are. So let's just put this in them. I love these. This is a nice card. Very simple. Right, I'm going to use some hydrangea hue cardstock. Just grab some. because I buy my in colour cardstock in a mixed pack until I decide which colour I actually want to use. So there is one. That should be, it's just a bit too, get that bit off there. I don't think we need to do anything else with it. Oh, that's looking beautiful. Oops. Here we go. Now, in colours. That's the one we want. Oops. That one. I'm not sure if I need any dimension, some bling on it, because I quite like that. I'm thinking this should make a lovely sympathy card because it's quite simple, isn't it? Thinking of you today is a sympathy card, isn't it? Could be for anything. Phone folder. Down here. Okay. Now I had to have a tidy up so I could have my hot foil system out, which is brand new from Stampin' Up. I must admit I haven't used it yet, but I've seen loads of lovely things with it. And in fact, next month one of my tutorials is about hot foiling. Oh, that is pretty, but I do like that one. Right, pop those in there. Don't want those, I'll put them back later. A quick tidy up, don't want that. Before we start, I want to do the daffodils. Let's put all these bits back. Let's do a daffodil one. This one here. So I'm going to use, not daffodils, they're tulips, because I'm thinking of using Daffodil Delight as my colours. So let's do some dark bits first. And we can colour these in. So as you see, they don't need too much colour in. It doesn't take you that long to do it. I think this is going to be a pain to cut out. It's a fussy cut, we'll see. So I'm just going to blend in that darker one. And it makes them just a little bit darker as well. There we go. Right, so what I'm going to do with that, I think I'm going to colour. I'm going to colour that in using smoky slate. I think I'm just going to do it all one colour. There we go. So again. Just colouring it in. There we go. And then I'm going to do a Oh, cover this just down that side. That kind of thing coming like, do some lines like that down it. There we go. Let's just do some more cut. Blend this line in. There we go. So this one is actually looking better. Can I work? Focus. Better than I thought it would. And then this one, I think we're going to just leave the leaves blank. Let's colour this one. Let's cut this one out. So as you see, it doesn't matter if you leave a big gap between them. Because it's all personal. So let's just do this one here. That one was a bit near the end. The edge it was. Nearly there. See, we could have done it red, couldn't we? We could have done tulips any colour, but I just fancied the yellow. Let's do this. Let's cut a bit more off that bottom bit. There we go. So where's the matte layer on again? Here we go. So I'm thinking let's use Daffodil Delight and where's the circle thing? Should be heart. Should be a heart one. This time. It's a heart. Ah, no, I know what we're going to do. What would look nice because that's quite a tall one. I need to mark these. Where is it? That's the other. Where's the other? Trying to find my arch one. Oh, there it is. There's my arch one. I do need to write on them. So let's put that there. Put that like that there. And we're going to use Daffodil Delight, which is that's Daffodil Delight, isn't it? That's Daffodil Delight, that one. Yep. The light's making it harder to see. Right, there we go. So put that there. Do a different spot on there, and then we're just going to colour that in. Oops. You can see the difference in the ink pads. This is a foam one, whereas the hydrangea hue, that is a felt one. There we go. Before I forget, it's yellow and there's a lot of it. I'm just going to wipe it up with my glass mat before I lean over it. Okay. There's. That looks pretty, doesn't it? I'm going to have the same sentiment along the bottom. to ground it a bit. There we go. And we can pop that on there. The dimensionals again. I'm losing my voice again, which will please hubby. It's probably because of all of the dust and that from the harvesting. That one can go. Take this off. That's fine. Just realised I put my blends in my bin as well. I'll take them out before I pop anything in the bin. Go. Last two. Put that in the middle there. And then I think we're going to go for, I think black's going to be too hard. I don't know, black background might look nice. Is that the right size for one? Nope, that's not the right size. I have to cut a new one. So that one will do. So put that back. Just cut a black mat layer for this one. So the Daffodil Delight shows up really well then. 10. And here's my I think it's this one here. Yeah. Pop that back so I don't lose it. Saying that, I'm missing a coloured ink pad from my subtles. I have to find that. It's probably on my desk. Put that there. And that one. Yeah, that looks nice. So let's just stick that one down. And I can show you how easy it is to make 3 cards in an hour with different backgrounds, but using the same black and white papers. There we go. There we go. Put that on there. That's all done. So there's one of them. There's another one. And there is this one here. So I hope you have enjoyed watching me this afternoon and seen how easy it is to add a splash of colour with your black and white papers. So until next time, take care and keep stamping and crafting. Bye.